Peace, blessings, and wellness. This is Giovanna, the Sacred Wellness Alchemist. Today I'm going to be doing a new deck interview spread using the Antique Blacks Tarot. I just went through, cleared and cleansed and just kind of consecrated the deck and wanted to get to know it and see what's coming up. So those wanted to come out. I wanted to do a more in-depth review, but anytime I try to sit and do, like I just started yawning and I wasn't tired, so I always take that as a sign that it's not meant for me to do that. I think, what's that, 3? I think we need one more card. All right, so we've got 1. Oh. 4, 5. Wow. So it's interesting because some of these cards like kind of popped out when I was shuffling the deck through my my cleansing process. So we've got the 8 of Roots, the Grandfather of Arms, the 9 of Arms, Grandmother of Light, the 4 of Jars, the 10 of Roots, and we have the Woods. So the spread that I'm using is the new deck interview spread. It was created by Abundant Life Tarot. So 1 is the deck introduction. How will we get along? And here we have the 8 of Roots, which is the 8 of Pentacles or 8 of Earth. And these are plants. There's a snake plant. And this beautiful woman is growing her plant that looks like some rosemary, maybe some lavender there too. Is that eucalyptus? Let me see, because I believe the guidebook shares what is in there. Roots. Yep, so on the card, that's aloe. We have skullcap, eucalyptus, yerba santa, valerian, hyssop, rosemary, rue, aloe vera. So lots of beautiful, yummy healing herbs there. And so these are also, like I said, healing plants, medicinal plants. I work with rosemary, eucalyptus, aloe. I used aloe when I burnt my hand here. So I really like this because I feel like part of this is getting back in touch with my own roots, like really getting back into, or even deeper into, herbalism and working with plants. And just the other day, I went into this shop in my town that has all of these beautiful plants, and I was going to buy some aloe plants, but their plants looked a little sickly. So we know that the 8 of Roots, that represents, like in the 8 of Pentacles, not abundance. Well, yeah, it can be abundance in the sense of, you know, mastering your skill, thinking about the time and energy that it takes to grow and maintain healthy plants. And so this is about like skills, growing our skills, cultivating skills, and maybe even like, because I am a healer, right? Working with other people, mastering my skills as a healer, as a medicine woman. So I really like that. I think this is a very, very beautiful start. So this is the deck introduction. How will we get along? I think we're going to get along well. I feel like this deck is going to help me grow. I think it's going to help me master my skills and myself, which is interesting because that's something that I've been talking about with other people, how I feel like this year, and especially lately, this season has been more so about me really going within and tuning out a lot of other stuff. So I feel like that is right on par with this. I have felt called to really be in a hermit mode and cultivating things that are important to me, just being really focused on myself, on my skills, my craft, my life, my dreams, my hopes, and not really having a lot of time for other things. So I feel like this deck is going to be a very supportive one for me. It's going to be something that's going to help me to stay grounded and focused on the things that matter. I feel that it's going to also bring a lot of healing to me as well. So there's that. What type of readings work best with this deck? We have the Grandfather of Arms. There is a vulture. I think that's a dove, a raven that's up there. He's sitting in the Bible and all of these books, which I love books. So that makes me happy. I like to read. He's sitting there. He's got his double-barreled shotgun, and he's standing on business. Oh, I see the axe there and the crown. So the Grandfather of Arms. I feel like this to me speaks of like protection. And I also feel that there's a lot of energy from my ancestral fathers and my paternal line that's coming through, which is something that I received like some guidance on before as well. So, you know, so a lot of times we focus more on our maternal line, but, you know, we have that thread there. And so this is very powerful, authoritative energy. And I think too, like mental clarity, like he looks very sure of himself. It doesn't look like this is someone that you're really gonna knock off the throne. He's very much protecting his peace, his space, his boundaries. And there's something about communication with the birds, like messages coming in, going out, having protection. So vultures, they play a very big role in the ecosystem because the way their stomachs are set up, they can digest roadkill basically, right? And so there's something about like being able to receive and give messages in a way that is palatable, that you're able to digest it, even if it's not a beneficial or like a quote unquote positive message. But I feel like this is like standing on business. This deck, I think, is going to be good for readings on like thoughts, communication, messages, authority, being in your power, you know, having a clear mind, mental processes. Oh, wow. So it's funny because when I was consecrating my deck, you know, I was focusing on like saying my prayers over the deck. And one of the things that I said was for, oh, I forget how I worded it. But this is affirming to me that the intention that I set in the deck is exactly what I asked for it to be. And that's very beautiful. So it's going to be one that's going to help me to really be able to communicate and interpret messages, symbols, using my clairs in a very clear and concise way. Okay, very interesting. So then we have the Nine of Arms. What is the depth of connection that I will have with this deck? And this to me speaks of mediumship, which is not a surprise. Typically, this card represents like nightmares and things to be feared, but I don't feel that way. And maybe it's because it's like Nine of Arms, and even though we know it's still the Suit of Swords, there's something more protective about this suit than like a traditional deck. Like I see this figure here, this apparition, being able to really communicate with the other side. Funny enough, that's one of the things that in my my tarot group that I'm a part of with Abundant Life Tarot, you know, I was saying how I wanted to like start doing readings to get messages from the other side, and not just from those that have passed on, but like otherworldly beings, and just really communicating with other beings. And so I feel like with the Nine of Arms and just seeing how this is and the things that I experience and how my intuition works, the things that I see, like I feel like we're gonna have a really great connection. It's gonna be a direct line to communicate with spirits, which I like. So this deck is already finding its way deeper and deeper into my heart. So then we have number 4, what will be most gained in relationship with this deck? And I think this is absolutely beautiful. The Grandmother of Lights. We have this beautiful woman. She's got the 2 lamps. She's got the cats, the candles, the yellow hat, the sunflowers. So this is very Queen of Wands energy. And this to me, wand symbolizes altar work. Because often there are candles burning, flowers, things of that nature. And all of the yellow makes me also think of the solar plexus chakra, which is one that I work on a lot, especially more recently. I've been doing more work around my solar plexus. And so seeing that, I feel like that really aligns. Plus, I've been thinking about getting a cat. My neighbor's cat has kind of adopted me, so she comes to visit, and sometimes when I'm outside, I'll just kind of sit and talk to her. But yeah, so I think that's really beautiful, seeing Grandmother of Lights. And again, lights represents the wands. And so I'm gonna see what it says about the Grandmother of Lights. An elder stands in front of her throne, surrounded by candles and oil lamps. 2 black cats play at her feet as large sunflowers emerge from her throne. I actually have some sunflowers. I love sunflowers. They have been, yeah, I've always loved sunflowers. I love sunflower seeds. So this is definitely really speaking to me because this is a symbol of importance. So this speaks of wisdom, mastering creative skills, your talents, kindness, a lively, energetic person. All of those beautiful Queen of Wands energies, where you are just wise, you're very charismatic, you're on fire, which really also delves into what I was just talking about the solar plexus work. So I feel like that just really deepening my creative expression in a lot of ways is going to be one of the key things that come out of working with this. And I feel like that too will be more like more altar work, working at my altar, maybe even starting back doing candle work for others as well. I used to do that and I have not in quite some time, but it's something that I love doing. So I feel like just getting back to myself, allowing my inner light to shine. So number 5, what are the deck's limitations? Oh, wow. So with this, I feel like it's saying like we cannot force you to do what needs to be done. We can't force you. Like when I saw this, what came up was like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So you could see like these jars sitting beneath his feet. He's sitting up under the tree. And it's like they're offering like they can't make, what am I trying to say? Like, you can be presented with offers, with blessings, but you still have free will to accept it, to make those decisions. Like, we can give you the information, but you still get to choose what you do with it. So let's see what this says. A sullen child sits beneath a tree, contemplating. 3 closed jars full of dirt sit before them. A hand appearing from the distance offers another open jar full of water. So this talks about shifting your focus, missed blessings, moving on, and even like sulking. So kind of that disappointment, that boredom, not paying attention to what's around you, or maybe focusing on the wrong thing. Like maybe there was one more step that was needed, or you know, your intention, your spell is not manifesting, but you're not paying attention to your intuition, or you're not listening or being able to see the signs. So it's like, I feel like that limitation is, you know, we have free will. So I have to do what I need to do. I can't just sit and sulk or sit and mope. Like, this is taking action. If things are not working, and I'm praying, or I'm asking for guidance, I still have to take action. And so I feel like this is really, you know, not letting life happen, like getting into the driver's seat, being in control, and using the skills and the resources that I have at my disposal. All right, so next we have, in 12 months, how will I feel about this deck? Oh, 10 of Roots. Look at the puppy. 10 of Roots. This is a very beautiful card. So in 12 months, I'm gonna love this deck. It's gonna feel like home. We're gonna have a great relationship. I'm gonna know this deck intimately. It's going to be something that I work with, something that I feel deeply connected to, something that deeply connects me to my spiritual practices and my ancestors. We're going to have a great relationship. Let me see what the book says about it. I like looking just because I don't know this deck yet. And there might be important information that the creator added in. 4 women depicting 4 successive matriarchal generations sit at the front gate of a mansion. The arch, which is related to the 3 of Roots, displays 10 different roots. So there's all of these roots for success, like 5-finger grass, Adam and Eve root, High John root, Low John root, or Galangal, Orris root, Angelica root, Jezebel root, Calamus, like so licorice roots. So that's about generational wealth, a happy home, family, material gain, empowerment, empowering women, the maternal line, which is beautiful to see the 4 generations there. And finally, excuse me. Number 7, what is the overall outcome of the relationship between me and the deck, which is the woods? I love being in the woods. I love the forest. I love the trees. I love nature. The other day I had a bee climb into my pocket. They were just all around me. And deer, which we have their hooves and antlers here. Deer medicine is very sacred to me. Deer are one of my spirit animals, and I see them every single day, which is such a blessing. I moved, so I'm not near the river that I used to be near, so I could go to it every single day. But being able to see and connect with the deer in my front yard every day, like, does something for my soul. So that kind of makes up for it. So this is a majors, and you can see the suits depicted in each corner, which is really beautiful because it is a good reminder that all of these energies influence the majors. So that is what, 11, which technically would have been what, the Justice card? Am I? Yeah. No. Because sometimes Justice, oh, I'm getting them mixed up. Don't worry about that. So those are the tree tops and the trunks there. So it's kind of like everything's upside down. So this card speaks of uncovered mysteries, rapid movement, growth and development, untapped resources, seclusion, fasting, secrecy, and animal artifacts, which is very interesting. The overall outcome of the relationship. Well, I feel like it's going to grow quickly. There will be secrets uncovered. It's going to be one that I probably do keep private to myself. I feel like it will help me grow and develop. And uncovered mysteries. I like that. I think it's going to be an interesting relationship. I think it'll be one that I will have to kind of see how it unfolds and just explore. I think it's something that is going to take me on different adventures, right? Because I've been called to do this for quite some time, really deepen. I feel like it's going to help me with my goals right now in particular, which is really a big lifestyle shift that I'm making. But I think what's really beautiful here is that I've got the father, the mother here, which is really beautiful. I feel like this is support from my maternal and paternal line that's coming through. There's a lot of greenery, which I love. This feels so good. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to close with that. One of the things that I've been considering doing is pulling out all of my melanated decks and really sitting and working with them. I shared in a video that I did the other day, because I have my collection back now, I'm really feeling called to start going through them and working with them so that I can start to cull my collection, see which decks I really desire to work with, which ones I desire to keep, which ones I am okay with letting go. And so before I feel comfortable saying, I don't want this deck, I don't want this deck, I definitely feel like I need to work with them. I'm 98% sure that all of my like melanated decks I will keep, but I also feel more drawn to work with these type of decks just because they speak to me in a different way. So that is it for now. Thank you for tuning in and checking out my new deck interview spread. I'm probably going to sit with these cards some more, because a lot of times once I do that, I will start to see things that maybe I didn't notice before, or other messages will come through. And so I'm just really grateful to have this beautiful deck. I'm grateful for the messages, for the affirmation, the confirmation that I get from working with these beautiful divinatory tools. Until next time, I am offering readings again. So if that's something you're interested in, you can head over to my website, JavannaTisdale.com. I've got a lot of fun stuff over there, including readings, coaching sessions, energy healing. If you're in my area, I also do body work. And I am planning, or working on, excuse me, putting the final touches on a wellness challenge that I'm going to be hosting soon, to really help us kickstart our wellness journey, whether that is you want to incorporate meditation in your life, or whether you would like to have a more solid workout routine. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I believe it's going to be 7 days. And then I have several other things that I'm creating, but I'm going to start there first. All right, I'm sending you an abundance of love and peace. Until next time.